I'm so excited. I finally get to talk about my Bucks. We're playing good, and this is fun. I'm excited again about our season. We're not cooked. That's just a joke. I never thought that we were cooked, but that was a conversation in the Twitter and ESPN world. Were the Bucks cooked for the season? No, the Bucks are not cooked for the season. If you're not aware, they've been playing really good basketball as of recently. 10th in defense as Doc arrived, and we're gonna talk about mainly the defense, but we'll talk about a couple of different things. Ethan, you say the defense is better. Why is the defense better? The defense is better because the pick and roll switching is magnificent. I mean, like, it's it's exactly where it needs to be. And I'm not going to say it's better than where it was when Bud was here or anything like that, but it's getting to the par. Like, it looks solid, and we look good on defense. Early in the season, there were a lot of times where there'd be like an off-ball screen, and things would get jumbled up together. And at the end of the play, I would end up saying, what are we doing? What is happening right now? Someone would get left open. There would be a dumb switch. It just things went on that I didn't understand. It didn't look good. It looked bad. It looked real bad. We have cut back significantly on that. I'm not saying that it's perfect by any means necessary, but it does look a lot better than it did before. The switching, I saw JJ Redick say that they're switching more than like 25% more than they were earlier in the season. And it's funny because I thought us switching less would help because I thought switching too much was the problem for us. But no, it's just because the rotations were bad. So it all was just bad. The rotations are good. I'm not saying they're perfect, but people are moving around and they look like they know where they're supposed to be. And that makes me feel a lot better. Another thing is like, I know another conversation that after Doc was hired was you can bring in a new coach, but you can't change personnel. It's not going to change Malik Beasley and Dame and who you have in the backcourt playing defense. That was like the main thing. Yes, this is true. Does Pat Beverly added to the team help that? Yes, it does. But they have been trying. Malik Beasley is sitting in that chair. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that 100%. He is at least trying to sit in that chair. Dame. I saw Dame fight over a screen for the first time in weeks. What was it, last night? And against the Timberwolves, I seen him fighting over screens. I was like, whoa. This is weird. This doesn't happen much. So just seeing that gives me hope on the defensive side, the perimeter defense. Brook is going to hold it down. Brook is third in opponent field goal percentage in the restricted area, meaning if you're going to the restricted area and Brook Lopez is there, you're either getting blocked or it's probably not going to go in. Another big contributor to what's been going on with the defense and the good switching and the rotations, all that kind of stuff, is the communication from Jay Crowder and Patrick Beverly. Early in the season, we didn't have Jay Crowder. He was out with injury. He's back. We pick up Pat Bev instead of Campaign. And now we have these two veteran guys that are known for their defense and their intensity on the ball. And we have them on the team, some not usually in there at the same time. So we always have, well, not always, but it seems like we've had one of them on the court at all times, which I like because we need that veteran leadership. Because I'm not saying that Giannis isn't a good leader or Dame isn't a good leader, but on the defensive side, you don't see him talking that much. You can see Jay and Pat talking on the defensive side. I just can't get over the whole top 5 pick and roll defensive thing. I don't remember if I already said that. I've tried to record this like 4 times. I think I already said that, but I'm going to throw it in there anyways. Last thing about the defense that I don't really have too much to say about that I just see from the statistics. And like, yeah, you could see it, you could see it on the TV, but I don't really understand how it happens or how it gets better rather than just trying harder and filling the lanes and picking up a man. The transition defense, top 5 transition defense is much better. It is much better than what it was before, I'll tell you. I think before it probably was bottom 5. It had to have been bottom 5. I mean, like, nothing was happening on transition. We were just standing there at times. That doesn't happen anymore. Top 5 transition defense, I feel good about it. Now it's time to talk about the offense because the offense hasn't been very good. I mean, well, it's not very good is crazy for Dame and Giannis on the same team. The offense isn't where we hoped it would be, but it's still solid. Right now, they're in the bottom 10 offense since we've gotten Doc. I'm not worried about it. Doc Rivers has coached Joel Embiid and James Harden. He figured out how to maximize James Harden. I'm not worried about it. He coached the Lob City Clippers. They figured it out. They made a good run. Injuries screwed them. It is what it is. I'm not worried about the offense coming around. We've seen flashes of the offense. That ball has been skipping around, though. I will say that they have been moving the ball much better, and the offense looks solid. It's not great, especially against Chicago is what I'm referring to. That game against Chicago, our offense looked magnificent in the first half. I felt really good about it. But yeah. Other than that, we need to talk about Giannis and Dame, not like together, but individually on the same team, because that's kind of what it feels like it's become more. It's not Giannis and Dame together as this the high pick and roll, and how are you going to stop the high pick and roll with Dame and Giannis? No, it's not that anymore. It's how can we maximize Dame? How can we maximize Giannis? Me personally, I don't know. I'm not a coach. I don't get paid millions of dollars to figure that out. That's for Doc to figure out, not me. But I will tell you this. The Giannis isn't something that we have to worry about. I'm going to read this off real quick. Giannis has 22 games of 30 points and 60%, which is the most since Shaq in 94-95. That's impressive in itself. And he's also on pace to be the first player to average 30 points on 60%. 30 points on 60% is ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. And not a lot of people are talking about it. Yes, they talk nice about Giannis. Yes, he is third in the MVP ladder. But like this right here, that's insane. This is Giannis's most dominant season of his career. And I think the reason that it's Giannis's most dominant season is because Dame is here. If Chris Middleton has been here the whole season, I think he could be averaging more points than that, honestly. But the amount of space they have, like, not saying they didn't have space before. They've had space, like, in the championship year and before that. There was space. There was plenty of space for Giannis to operate. But now there's the amount of space to where you can't build the whole wall thing. You can't do the wall thing anymore. That's not really going to work because the shooters are out there and they're shooting. Malik Beasley's shooting the skin off the ball right now. Dame is shooting better. Brooke is shooting all right. Chris is going to be coming back in the next month or so. We'll get to that in a minute. But that's why I think Giannis is playing so good right now. The playmaking also, I know like people are like, oh, it's not talked about enough. Giannis is a really good playmaker. But like seriously, if you watch Giannis, if you watch Bucks games ever, and like they're on national TV and you can watch them, just look at some of the passes he makes. They're ridiculous sometimes. Like he's progressively gotten better with the playmaking as time has gone on, and I think this is definitely his best season with playmaking. I don't know what the stats look like, but I'll tell you from the eye test, that's what it does look like. And kind of my concluding points, I have a couple of them, but one of them is Dame is a top 5 pick and roll ball handler now. I don't know if he has been the whole season, but I know that now he is. I don't know exactly where in the top 5. I think he's 4th in there somewhere if you put all the stats together and average them out. It doesn't matter. He's top 5 as a pick and roll handler, which is what we need. The pick and roll with him and Brooke, super high ball screens with Brooke and Dame look great. If Brooke didn't shoot some of those shots that he does sometimes, I'd be a lot happier. But he does take them. Sometimes he makes them. Most of the time he doesn't. But it looks good. Brooke's always going to set a big body screen. Dame's going to get off of it, get to the basket. That's what he's doing really well this season. Even though he hasn't been shooting it well this season, he has been getting to the rack. And my 3 final points that we're going to end off of. Number 1, Chris Middleton has barely played at all this season. If you forgot about that, I'm here to remind you. He's barely played at all this season, and we're the number 2 seed in the East without our. Wow, it's disrespectful to say our 3rd best shot creator, but 2nd best shot creator. Giannis. Fuck. I can't say that. That's terrible. I guess our 3rd best shot creator. Chris Middleton. He's coming back in the next, hopefully, month or so. So will be good playoff time. Second thing, Pat Connaughton is finally starting to shoot the ball. He's shooting it well. Doc was right. If we can get him going, this is nice. It was really helpful in the championship run. So Pat, shout out to Pat. 3rd and final, I see Marjon Beauchamp and Ajax and Chris Livingston doing their thing in the G League. I'm upset, but I'm also happy. I want to see Beauchamp play minutes on my team right now, and I want to see Ajax play even more right now. And I do really like Chris Livingston. I'll be honest, I do like him. They're doing their thing in the G League, but my main point with this is that I am sad that they're not on the team right now. Well, they're on the team, but I want them to play minutes. Play Beauchamp, please, Doc. Please play Beauchamp. Play Ajax. You don't even have to play Beauchamp. Just play Ajax, please. Oh, God. Please just play Ajax. That would just make me so happy. And that's it. Like, I just want to end right there. That's it. Shout out to y'all if you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Hit the sub, hit the like, post notifications, all that stuff. Leave a comment. I like talking to y'all. Helps the algorithm too. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.